Hi guys, and welcome to Chengi's World. Guys, it's so wonderful to have you back. For those of you who are constantly coming back to watch my videos, and for those of you who are new, welcome to Chengi's World. Make sure you press the subscribe button and the little bell so you're notified every time I upload a video, and I do that quite a bit. Okie dokie. So this video today is sent to encourage you people, and I hope that you guys will see me on Instagram and Facebook, because we gotta see each other on that platform, because I've got some fun stuff that I'm doing outside of Chengi's World in the way that you guys know me in terms of dating, that I really want you guys to get involved in and find out about. And I just want to do some more stuff, and the Instagram platform and the Facebook platform tend to be quite cool for that. So today I wanted to talk about something that I know keeps us all in a bit of a stall pattern, keeps us in bad situations, keeps us in untenable situations. And that thing is this fear of starting over. So this video is called You Can Start Over. I know how hard it is to start over when you've invested many years in a relationship. I know women who've been in a relationship for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and still don't have out of that relationship what they were hoping to get when they got in, still have not had their promises fulfilled. They were told, I'll marry you, we will end up here, we will do this. And I have seen them go through disappointment upon disappointment, birthday upon birthday, to a point where even us as family and friends are sort of looking on and thinking maybe at her birthday he's gonna propose, you know, a bit like a scene out of the film Think Like a Lady, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. And you know, all of those things, you know, you just sit there and you think to yourself, my God, when is he ever gonna do right by her? You know, we're all almost waiting with bated breath for this person to do right. And then you realize that this person has no intention of doing right, and you know that they have no intention of actually fulfilling their word of doing that, and that they're gonna play this game until you're both old and depleted, and then they'll marry you when they feel that all of their options have ended, or you will get out of that relationship what you want when it's a little bit too late for you, but kind of works out perfectly for him. Whether it's as a married couple, you want to have children, whatever the story is. And whatever it is, if he's beating you to a pulp and everything else that's going on. I've seen women stay in abusive relationships where they're being beaten, if it's not physically, they're being violently assaulted emotionally, they're being violently assaulted mentally. And I want to say something to you in this video, that mental and emotional abuse is equivalent, if not worse, to physical abuse. So please never underestimate that kind of abusive behavior. And you say to yourself, why are you beholden in this situation? And then my question is, what is keeping you held back and locked up in this situation? And 99.9% of the time, it's I don't want to start over. I don't want to start over. I don't want to lose my home. I don't want to lose the life I have. I don't want to make myself uncomfortable. I don't want to start life over. I am 60, I am 50, I'm 40, I'm 30, and I will be starting over as though I was 18. And I know it is a scary, scary prospect. And sometimes the fear of starting over, being single again, and sometimes, you know, being in a bad relationship can be better than watching the single girls get prayed for, shaken about, you know, can be awful, can feel like I just don't want to be in that queue waiting for a husband. I don't want to start over. I don't want to get to know somebody again and then realize that they're going to let me down. Better the devil I know mentality. I know, I understand. I feel your pain, woman. I feel it. I know it. And I was a part of that too. It was better to suffer the things that I knew with the person I knew than to try and hope that there would be somebody different. And 99% of the time, it's more of the same. And you end up just thinking there can't be any better. So let me just hold on to Mr. Wrong right here, right now. And then from here, I can move on, and perhaps, you know, it will change. And you've done everything for the situation to change. You've done everything to persuade him. You've sold yourself. You've jumped, you put bells and whistles. You've been his fantasy all day, all night. And you just don't know why you are in the situation and you're stuck. And I want to say to you, from one who has had to start over, it is not nice. It is not glamorous. It is hard beyond measure. It means the life of your nightmares. for a little while. You know, the word tells us to suffer a little while. When we have suffered a little while, the glory will come forth. Problem is, we don't want to suffer a little while, but the good stuff always comes after suffering. I look at the life that I've created for my son and myself, and sometimes I just have to get on my knees and give God thanks, because I never thought when I was leaving my beautiful suburban home in the middle of expensive London, you know, when I was leaving that and thinking to myself, my God, you know, I'm going to start a new life, and I had nothing, and we had nothing, and I didn't know how I would make it from one day to the next, and I was struggling with my child, struggling to keep body, mind, mentally, emotionally together, keep finances. I was horribly in a place of my nightmares, and I never dreamt that one day I would have a home bigger than the one I left behind. I would have I'm so proud of the woman that I've become. And you know what makes me prouder is I didn't think I would make it, but I didn't have to rely on a man. I didn't have to get a man to achieve what I've achieved. I know a lot of women who left their marriage to start over and met somebody straight away, and they were able to build with somebody, and they didn't have to go through the pain and the strife of having to start over on your own and make ends meet and struggle. And I'm not saying that the struggle is completely done with, but I'm saying that you can get to the other side, and that other side is beautiful. Okay, the other side is extraordinary. There is another side to the fear of starting again. You will find yourself, you will find life, you will find your strength, you will find your place in this world, and you will look back and think it was worth it for the freedom, for the joy, for the hope that I possess today. There is no point in being in a dead, dying situation because you don't want to start over. And let me tell you something about starting over. Your emotions start over as well. I enjoyed having those giddy little butterflies in my belly that I'd forgotten that I could even have at meeting somebody new who was inspiring and exciting to me. I completely forgot it was absolutely possible for me to be excited again about somebody, and I realized I could be, and that I could not just only be to one person. I could keep having that emotion and that feeling of excitement when I met somebody new or felt hopeful about somebody. I could have the sense of achievement that I did this on my own. And I know so many women who go from one relationship to the next relationship, the next, and they keep failing because you just don't want to start over, and you just don't want to do it on your own. So I want to encourage you today that you can. And for some of you watching this, you must start over. Start over sometimes implies everything being invalidated. It's never true. You know, we always just say, if I could start life over again, what would I do different? And I always say, if I could start over with the wisdom I have, the knowledge I have, the experience I have, and could be 20, oh my God, I would do this differently. And one of the things that I always say is, I do have the wisdom, I have the knowledge, I have the experience. I'm just not 20, but if nobody told me how old I was, how old would I be? I would be old enough to start over with the wisdom. You won't be starting over like an 18-year starts over. You've run a household before. You know the value of money. You know a lot more. So your starting over is going to be a quicker leap. You're going to make bigger steps because you are more experienced, you're wiser, you're more mature. So you're not going to be starting over like an 18-year-old starting over on his own, or starting out life on his own, or a 20-something-year-old. You're going to be starting over with more wisdom, with more knowledge, with more experience, with more understanding. So it's not really starting over. It's just taking a turn in a different direction and learning to put the skills you've learned in one life into another. I'm not here to promote people breaking up. I am here to promote freedom. I'm here to promote the love of God working itself out in your liberty. In every single way, shape, or form, getting what you deserve and what you need out of life, and not being stuck in fear and being held captive and a prisoner to fear because you don't want to start over. Don't let the enemy of your soul hold you in prison by saying if you leave, you will have to start over. There's nothing wrong with that. You can start over. And I certainly hope that this message is for somebody out there. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, and being a part of my world. Again, if you were new, make sure you subscribe, press the notification bell right there, and I will see you soon. Catch you out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Love you guys. Take care of you. Mwah.